G'day guys, Josh here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So basically, some people said from my previous video that they wanted to see a DPS test of basically how the boss mechanic works and stuff like that as well as my current setup, as well as enhanced weapon Deadeye. So now if you guys are completely unaware of enhanced Deadeye, so enhanced Deadeye, what you want to do here is you're going to have your necklace, as you can see here, with swiftness on it and specialization. Alternatively, you can use crit instead and play spirit absorption, but we'll get to engravings later. So you can either have crit or swiftness on the neck, and pretty much like the stat should be all specialization. Now the main thing that you do want to aim for as well is to make sure one of your accessories has engraving for +5 enhanced weapon. The reason why is that you can save 2 spots on you can save a spot on your engraving, and also you can not waste a point, which is very, very important with your Deadeye to make sure that you can maximize. You only need 1 slot for 1 enhanced weapon. The problem with this though is that enhanced weapons +5 cost about 100k in AH. In fact, any secondary costs about 50k in AH, because +5 enhanced weapons like incredibly good for a Deadeye. I saw enhanced grudge up for 200k on AH. Okay, so good luck getting those, and of course you can see that the top, don't have the gold to do so to really go for it. So to go for the RNG roll. Now, main things of the stat wise is that make sure you get 2 sets Earth's Entropy and 2 set Power Salvation to pre-Voltan. After that, you want to get more Earth's Entropy, mainly for the crit rate, and mainly for the extra backhand headshot fingers as well, which will basically send your DPS skyrocketing to the moon. And you also want to change your Poem of Salvation gear to Earth's Entropy when you can, and also your Argos gear as well. You want to keep your Argos gear to Sun 2, even though I've got Moon 2 here, ignore that. You want to put it to Sun 2 right away. Now, with your Ability Stone, you want to put one of your Ability Stones on there as well. But you want to target probably the engravings that cost the least, okay? Because the main reason why you want to do this is because basically sometimes ability stones are a lot cheaper than trying to hunt the engravings for the accessories. So you want to, and vice versa as well. Sometimes the accessories are a lot cheaper than the ability stones. So you want to get your less ones, so you're wasting less Fions, and hopefully you roll a good one. Now, if you are a whale, of course, your Fions aren't really an issue for you. Now, for the equipment ones, I've equipped KBW and Ambushmaster because they're my highest. If you got one at 12, you should equip that. And that's pretty much it. It actually saves an accessory slot if you get 1 to 12, basically. I haven't got there yet. I haven't got enough legendary ones yet for either KBW or Ambushmaster. I prefer selling them to try and get other accessories up as well. At the moment, I am not 5x3 and 1x1. So you can see here, I haven't got Grudge yet. But the next one I would get is Grudge. Okay, great. What you want to have is Grudge, Cursed-Stole, Adrealine, rank 3, KBW, and Ambushmaster. You can replace Ambushmaster with Hitmaster or any other DPS trait. The main reason why is that for some boss fights, Ambushmaster is really hard to get off because you can't really get behind the boss without getting hit for a lot of damage. Now, the skins and virtues, you can just equip the legendary skins. They increase your dexterity. It's quite huge. Be aware of that as well. Let's go with the tripods as well. The tripods are pretty important. As you guys can see here, you want to get a few abilities as well. So we'll go through the tripods here very quickly for you guys. So for the tripods, for some of these weapons, you don't really need them at all, including a Force Execution. The tripods really come towards Quick Shot, which you need to get Initiate Shot and Final Light to level 4, even level 5 if you get the lucky tripods. You also want to get Cool Track, Explosive Bullet, and Rapid Fire Enhancement to level 4. And you can also get Swift Fingers as well. Swift Fingers isn't really that important, but you do have spare tripods there. You might as well just put it up because it makes the attack just a little bit quicker. Now, Rapid Fire Enhancement and Explosive Bullet are must-have, given the fact that they increase your DPS quite a bit with Cool Tracker. Silent Apocalypse, of course, get all the upgrades, Close Shot, Enhanced Shot, and then back it up with Approach Apocalypse. Basically, these just make your whatever do so much damage. Not to mention as well, Close Shot, you're going to be very, very close to the boss and you get extra 50%. It's basically multiplicative, and you're basically going to be destroying everything. If you want to switch to Destruction, you can also switch to Weak Point Enhancement as well for extra Destruction on Silent Apocalypse, but I don't really recommend that. Enhanced Shot's much better, given the fact that your Quick Shot and Cool Tracker already have a Destruction component into it. Now, next one you want is a Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire, same thing. Close Shot, Enhanced Shot, Special Bullet. You want to get those to level 4 as well. Same thing here as well. You want to get Close Shot to level 4. Weak Point Detection, actually, funnily enough, is not a Destruction move. It actually increases your damage against push targets. You want to get that up to as possible. And the Ruler as well, because the Ruler increases your DPS by 25%, just an FYI. Now, last request, you want to get Execution Volley Quick Prep to level 4 as well. You can switch these around if you wish to, but overall, this is like the highest DPS. Execution is very, very important, given the fact that you get a little bit of extra dash as well. Now, next up, we're going to do Gems. Gems, the main thing you want to get first, the gems is when you all want to get the shotgun cooldowns done, okay? So all the shotgun abilities should have the cooldown and damage to it. You want to get the damage to Cruel Tracker, and you want to get the quick shot damage and cooldown to quick shot, okay? Because quick shot does slightly more damage. That's also really, really important as well. Cruel Tracker, you want to just get the damage, okay? Because basically cooldown is not as important, given the fact that quick shot, it does a bit more damage than Cruel Tracker. Now, next up, we're going to go for the cards. It really depends on what cards that you have, but basically Lost Wind Cliffset should be your first aim, and then once you get the Salvation, Light of Salvation to 18, where you get the Holy Damage increase, and you can switch to that as well. 7% crit is actually quite important for this build, given the fact that you'll be doing a lot of crit multiplier damage as well, and you'll do a lot of damage on the table. And, that's pretty much it for the stats, as per se. Of course, I don't have the ideal stats. Someone pointed out in the last video to add endurance. It's just very, very hard to get a +5 enhanced weapon. That specialization. There is barely any on the auction house on Voltan, and Voltan is one of the most popular servers. Just an FYI, one of the popular servers on the OC region, and just no one's getting anything at the moment. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to test this spec out against the boss, and it'll give you guys, a bit of an update what it does. So what you want to do first of all is this guy is, funding around at the moment. What you want to do is you want to put the buffs up. And then basically you can start your rotation off as in pistol, or you can start your rotation off as in shotgun. But I recommend you start your finger in shotgun. So basically what you're going to do here with shotgun is you open up with Last Request, and then basically open up with the Destruction as well, like that. Now, I don't want to, obviously DPS test is not really a big thing for it as well, for that. That's just an example of what you should do. So idea what you should do as well is basically, let's just say we start off with full Adrenaline. With Adrenaline as well, make sure you keep your Adrenaline up by basically moving around with all your abilities. Low cooldown ability should be used to get that 15% crit up right away, because that 15% crit is huge for you. So basically we'll summon the boss again. So basically what you have to do here is basically get behind the boss quickly, and basically blow it up with all your abilities before it can really do anything. As you can see there, basically blew it down just like very, very quickly. Now also as well, you want to continue doing that. I don't know how I can get anything harder than a boss, which kind of sucks. But what we'll do here as well, we'll just give you a few practice sessions of what you do and how you should open up with as well. So first off, we're going to start the test and get some of the boss here as well. So what you should open up with is the first ability should be your crit. It could be any crit, either the grenade or the other one, and then go into your stage and go to shotgun. After your last enhanced weapon, you should go back up to pistol, reapply the crit buff, and start again, okay? So that's pretty much what you're going to do. So basically at the start is apply the crit buff first. So let's do it again. Apply the crit buff first. If it applies, go in, execution, and just basically blow them up with all your abilities. And then hit rapid fire as well. And then you switch out, because enhanced weapons should be almost done. Use your pistol abilities in the meantime to let your shotgun abilities reset. And just basically blast the boss, okay? Now, DPS is obviously not that high, given the fact that it can be quite difficult. At times to measure DPS, as I've seen a lot of people just one-shot mobs as well. But Deadeye is just, keeping the rotation, keeping your buffs up, keeping your crit percentage up as well. And that's pretty much what you have to do. Now, what we're going to do here as well, we're going to actually put the Scarecrow up as well to give you a bit of a DPS check as well, to give you a good idea of what we should do. Now, the first one was just a boss check, for bosses in particular, of how your rotation should start. This one should be a lot easier for you as well to see what we can do. So what you're going to do first as well, get the crit buff up, get behind, basically unleash your combo on the boss with rapid fire as well. If you can fit in a Dominator, because you may be able to fit in a Dominator, you can, and then switch up to your pistol, use your pistol abilities, use even, if you need to, use your Dexterous shot to, get up, use your Equilibrium, keep your crit buff as well, and if you have to, switch to your shot in DPS as well. Overall, you'll be doing a lot of movement and stuff like that, and basically Adrenaline will be up all the entire time, so be aware of that as well, and make sure basically you keep the crit buff at all times on the boss. Generally with the crit buff, it is basically, I usually count 3 or 4 moves before I switch it over and get into enhanced weapon. So basically the crit debuff and enhanced weapon last roughly the same time. Now with the ultimate what you should do, the ultimate should always be used, the awakening should always be used when the boss is staggered. When the boss is staggered, you use the ultimate immediately and basically do as much damage as you can. Make sure you use the ultimate as well when you at least have 4 seconds of enhanced weapon off, because it takes 4 seconds to cast, and roughly 4 seconds to cast, and you obviously don't want to miss it either. Now, if you do miss up a few mechanics, it's forgivable. Don't worry about it too much. Look at me, for example. I'm missing up a lot of mechanics as well at the moment. But overall, just as long as you maintain the rotation, you get a feel of how long enhanced weapon is going to last for, and you keep your buffs up as well, it is massively huge. And also as well, you can keep an eye on your debuffs as well. Just be aware at the same time that it's not, sometimes you're going to miss your debuff at the same time you're being knocked down and stuff like that, and other times you're going to nail it all the time. It is fairly easy. It is quite easy to maintain. Also as well, you do want to put bleed, like we'll go through rules shortly as well, you do want to put bleed on your grenade or one of your quick cooldown abilities as we go through tripods. But at the moment I've got like a normal setup where basically I haven't got a rune on these weapons, but I've got a rage rune on my Dextrous shot, mainly to get movement speed and attack speed. You do want to replace it with something else. I do have rage here as well, mainly for the movement speed, as I said before. I do have Gale Wind on the shotgun abilities, because the main reason why you want to have Gale Wind or even Overwhelm on some of these abilities as well, you can switch from Overwhelm, is because of the fact that Deadeyes spend a lot of time being animation locked. Okay, it's one of the biggest weaknesses of a Deadeye is being animation locked. And when you are animation locked, the only way you can get out of it is spacebar dodge. Okay, and you'd want to spend less time casting and more time trying to move around, because you've got a lot of abilities to move around in as well. And it's also really important if a boss is going to hit you, like basically if the boss is going to hit you and you're mid, rapid fire, and you reckon you can dodge out of it, switch to pistol, Dextrous shot out of it, somersault shot out of it, you'll get out in time, and then basically just go to your pistol rotation. Just remember, guys, don't try to remember a perfect rotation, because the boss will do certain moves and different moves where you may need to adjust, you may need to switch out of shotgun quicker to get the pistol, and vice versa, okay? Just be aware of that as well. And for the guys who are going to comment being like, oh, your DPS test was really bad, blah, 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 stuff like that, I am not doing it in an ideal scenario, because the boss situation, unless you're very good, is never going to be an ideal scenario, okay? I'm just teaching you what abilities you need to use and what cooldowns you need to take out as well. So generally, as I said with enhanced weapon, generally 4 to 5 moves is when you want to switch into a pistol stance to keep your crit buff. Same thing with applying your crit buff as well, is basically once you do 4 to 5 moves, Dominator counts, like I say, was 1.5, and Rapid Fire counts as 1.5. You want to switch back to your pistol, refresh your enhanced weapon, use the abilities, 4 or 5 moves, as I said, then switch back, and then keep switching back and forth to keep the enhanced weapon up, to keep your crit buffs up, okay? That is very important. Now, during down phases as well, especially on Voltan and Vicus, where the phases are transitioning, make sure you're using all your abilities on pistol, including the crit buffs as well, to just keep yourself alive. Obviously, do not use quick shot and cruel tracker, okay? That's a bit silly. But you want to use all your other abilities that are just filler abilities to keep your adrenaline up. Adrenaline is very important to keep up, okay? Just be aware of that as well. But anyways, guys, you know what? I'm going to go try hard and see what we can do to Fingo here today. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go. Let's go with the first DPS rotation. 3, 2, 1. So as I said before, get the crit buff up. Bang, bang, bang. As you can see here that I'm, basically not looking at my debuffs at all. After domination, I'll switch over to keep enhanced weapon up. And obviously, I've made a bit of a blunder hitting X twice. You get used to it over time as well. And then basically, you use your abilities as well. Now, by the time you get out of this, your shotgun ability should be up. As you can see here, basically, my finger is up as well. And if you've got no abilities up, just switch out the pistol. Keep the enhanced weapon buff up. When you see cooldowns ready on your shotgun, just switch back to it. You don't have any real issues as per se if you don't switch your shotgun right away. You just basically have to just keep your fill abilities up. Use your maximum enhanced weapon as you can. And then hopefully, you can get some shotgun abilities up. The gems help immensely when getting your shotgun abilities up as well. Now, the most ideal thing is, like, this DPS may not be ideal, but the main thing is with the DPS as well, that I do need to get, obviously, Grudge will definitely be very important. But also at the same time, I need to get Specialization on my other ring as well. Because Specialization on my other ring will be a huge damage bonus to this offset as well. Now, by the way, guys, as well, make sure you're always close to the boss, because as you can see here, I'll show you very shortly why that's really important. So if I attack from here, I don't get a back attack, or I do get a back attack, but it's a lot less because close shot doesn't proc. So make sure you're like Ant-Man, your Ant-Man Thanos stroke, make sure you're up the fucking ass, okay? You gotta pretend that, you're going up the ass as Ant-Man, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's Deadeyes can be called Ant-Man after this. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed the DPS test. I think I hit like 1.8 mil, not that high at all. But essentially, Deadeye is one of those classes that scale up immensely once you get multiple bonus attached to it as well. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed a quick run through as well as the test on the dummy as well. Try your best with testing on dummy. Try to get your rotation down at the same time. Don't focus too much on getting the perfect rotation down. The boss fight's always going to dictate how your rotation is going to go. Just try your best. Always remember 4 or 5 moves, switch. 4 or 5 moves, switch. 4 or 5 moves, switch. Keep that dance going. That's what I do. And if some of your cooldowns aren't up, you can always pre-switch to the next weapon, because you're just keeping enhanced weapon buff the entire time. You don't get punished for switching weapons, okay, too early. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Hope you guys had a great day. And like, comment, subscribe, and good on you guys.